Hello everyone, welcome back to Math with MelJo. I hope you're doing well. Sorry about my voice, I got a little sick, so that's why my voice is not that much well. Anyhow, so let's get into our today's video. So today's video is regarding factoring special quadratics. But before I start with that, first I want you to understand what is a quadratic. So a quadratic is any expression that comes in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. First, you need to understand this form better. In this form, your a, your b, and your c are your constants. Also, x here is your variable, and x squared is your highest power. Then you need to understand this one. Okay, we have something called special quadratics, which has many terms. Today we're just gonna go through two of them. The first one would be a perfect square. So this is what is it called? Perfect square. Some teachers, they may use trinomials beside it. Some teachers may not. I'm just gonna write it down. Write it down so you guys know what is it. If you remember, trinomials had only 3 terms, so this is why they call it perfect square trinomials. In the perfect square trinomials, there are 2 formulas that you need to memorize. Remember, you need to memorize. The first formula is a plus b square equals a square plus 2ab plus b squared. The second one is a minus b squared, which equals a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. The differences here is a plus b, here's a minus b. This is addition, this is subtraction. When I have addition, all the signs are positive. When I have subtraction, the first one is negative, the second one is positive. I need to be fully comfortable with these 2 formulas. Otherwise, you're just gonna waste your time and doing it in like a hard way. This is like an easy way. It saves you lots of time. How it saves you lots of time? I'm gonna show you in this example. So imagine that here we have a question that it tells us to solve. Let me just write example so you guys don't get confused. So it tells us solve x squared plus 6x plus 9. Let's say you don't know about these 2 formulas. You don't know about perfect square. How are you going to solve that? You're going to solve it using like factoring trinomials, like the one that I showed you earlier. If you want it that way, this is how you're going to do it. So you're going to take a look at number 9, and you're going to take a look at number 6. So you're going to say, I need 2 numbers that when I multiply them together it gives me 9. I need 2 numbers, and when I add them it gives me 9. Then you're going to guess that number, so that number is 3. Then instead of 6x, you're going to write down 3x and 3x. So how are you going to solve it? Now we expand the middle term. So how you're going to solve it? You're just going to write down x squared plus 3x. We're going to put this in one bracket plus 3x plus 9. Then what we did was factor from the first bracket, which I can factor x. So I'm just going to write down x plus 3 in the bracket. From the second bracket, I can factor 3. So it's going to be plus 3, x plus 3. Now we have regrouped them. So these 2 can be one group. So you're going to write down x plus 3 times x plus 3. And in order to more simplify it, the final answer would be x plus 3 squared. So this is one way to use, but as I said, so this takes lots of time because you have to guess the number, but always go through all these steps. What you can have done, if you know the formula, you realize, oh, let's take a look at this. So let me just write down the form of the question one more time, so I shouldn't go up and down all the way. So my question was x squared plus 6x plus 9. The two formulas for perfect square was these things. A squared plus 2ab plus b squared, and I had a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. When you take a look, you can see all in the question I have all positive. And here I have all positive. So I'm going to use this one. I'm not going to use the second one. So I'm going to just scratch this one out. And I know the answer for the a squared plus 2ab plus b squared is a plus b squared. So all you have to do in the question, you need to verify your a and you need to find your b. So let's take a look. I know the b, look, b squared is 9. So I'm going to write it down here. So b squared is 9. That means b is going to be 3. How got 3? Square root. So I got my b. Regarding the a, I know, take a look at this. 2ab equals 6x. But I want my ab, so I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So it's going to be ab equals 3x. But I know my b is 3, so that means a equals x. So I found my a and I found my b. Let's plug it here. So it's going to be x plus 3 times 2 to the power of 2, and this is my answer. See? Saved you much time. Okay, let's get into the difference of squares. First, I'm going to teach you these two, then at the end of the video, I'm going to do 3 examples. So the difference of squares, let me use different color. This one, same as the perfect square, there are formulas that you need to memorize. Difference of squares happens when two perfect squares are subtracted from each other. Let me show you. The formula is this: a squared minus b squared equals a minus b, a plus b. Alright, if I want to give you an example, this would be the example. X squared minus 16. Wait a minute. Take a look. I can see x squared is a perfect square. Okay? And 16 is square of something, which means the square of 4 to the power of 2. So, hey, I can solve it. So actually, if I want to break it down more for you, a squared in this case is x squared, and b squared in this case is 16. Correct? So what you're gonna have, you're gonna write down a minus b, a plus b. So your a is x, your b is 4. How I got that? From square root. Take a look at this part. A minus b x minus 4, a plus b, x plus 4, and this is the factor 4. And remember, this must be a difference of squares, not sum of squares. If it's sum of squares, it doesn't work. Take a look at the formula. It's the difference. Just gonna put like a bracket so you guys can see. Alright, since we went through the difference of squares and the perfect square, let's do some examples on the practice time so you guys can be more comfortable regarding that. So the first example is 49 x squared minus 25. Take a look at it. What can you realize? I'm gonna give you like 5 seconds. What 49 is? 7 square. What 25 is? 5 square. And the x square is like x square. Okay. What I can see this is difference of squares. Well, what the formula was, a squared minus b squared equals a plus b, a minus b. Alright, let's solve for this one. I can see, I'm gonna do from the very scratch. I can see the a would be square root of 49, which is 7. And my b would be square root of 25, which is 5. So 49x squared is 7x squared minus 5 squared. It's going to be 7x plus 5, then 7x minus 5. So this is the factor form. Alright, then the next example I'm going to give you is 4x squared plus 12x plus 9. The first thing you will realize that this is a trinomial. So this cannot be difference of squares, because difference of squares, you see, I had only 2 terms. But in the perfect square trinomial, I have 3 terms. So let's see. How can I know if this is a perfect square of trinomial? Let's take a look at 4. I know 4 is 2 to the power of 2, and 9 is 3 to the power of 2. That works. And if you remembered, this was 2ab. But I'm going to still write down the formula for you. So what we had here, this was the formula. A plus b squared. But I chose a plus b squared because I can see all the signs here are positive. So I'm going to choose the one that has all the signs positive. So this was the formula, the original form. Equals a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. What you need to do, you need to find your a. So your a is square root of 4x squared, which is 2x. So this is your a. And your b is square root of 9, which is 3. Okay. You have another way to find a if you want. If you don't like what I did, I took a square root of this. If you don't want to find it this way, you can use the middle, like the midterm. You can find a like that. So you can write down 12x equals 2ab. So you're going to divide both sides by 2. So you're going to have 6x equals ab. And since you know your b is 3, so you're going to realize you know what? This is kind of confusing for you. Forget about it. So, you found your A, you found your B. Let's plug into the formula. It's gonna be 2x plus 3 to the power of 2. And this is your factored form. Let's do one more example. 81 x squared minus 36x plus 4. First you need to check for a perfect square trinomial. So how can I check? I know 80x squared. I'm just gonna take a square root of that. So 81x squared, if I want to take a square root of this, it's going to be 9x. Then I know my 4 is 2, making sense. And then if you remember the formula, first of all, here I have negative, here I have positive. So that means I have to use a minus b squared, which the result was a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Now I'm taking a look at the middle. So for the negative 2ab, I have negative 2. Regarding a, I have 9. And regarding the b, I have 2. So 2 times 9 is 18. 18 times negative 2 is negative 36. So equals negative 36x. I didn't put x here. Like I didn't use x here because the a is 9, it's actually. And I had x here, so that's why I put the x in here. If that makes sense to you. Alright, so that means this is a perfect square trinomial. Let's use the formula. So in here, we just have to plug in this form. So what I had for a is 9x minus b is 2. It's going to be negative 2 to the power of 2. And this is our factor form for this question. Let's move into another example. So this example is 100 squared minus 1. The first thing you realize that you can see we have 2 terms here. So this could be a difference of squares, but first you need to make sure. What I always do, in the corner, I'm going to write down the formula for myself. So the formula here is a squared minus b squared equals a plus b, a minus b. What I have here is this form. Alright, so 100x squared, let's take a square root of that. 100x squared equals 10x. So this is my a. And then square root of 1 is also 1. So this is my b. So I can see both of them are correct. This is a difference of squares. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this formula. So a, which is 10x, plus b is going to be plus 1 to the bracket 10x minus 1. And this is our factored form. Okay. So here I have some practices for you guys that you need to practice at home. And if you have any questions, always feel free to drop in the comments and I make a video to answer these practices. Or if you have any questions, still drop in the comments. I go back to you as soon as possible. I explain to you is your answer is correct or not, and if it's not correct, what can you do to resolve the issue. So the first question is x squared minus 36. Second one is 25x squared plus 30x plus 9. The third one is 64x squared minus 81. And the fourth practice is 36x squared minus 12x plus 1. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe and like if you like my video. And also if you want me to cover any other topic, it could be from grade 10, grade 12, grade 11, doesn't matter. Please let me know in the comments. So I'm gonna cover that topic for you. Best of luck in your exams and in your homework. Thank you so much. Have a good day.